Hey, what's up, Instagram? Pika out here in Singapore, and I am so excited because this is a repeat guest, but there is a purpose to our live tonight because we want to talk a little bit about this Business Mastery Summit. So, as you've all found out by now, I'm actually one of the speakers on the Business Mastery Summit that is headed up by August Crenshaw, and she has a panel of 21 of us who are actually speaking on our favorite topics, parts of our entrepreneurial journey. I can't even speak. See, I saw Camille's name pop. What I wanted to do is make sure that you all get to know each of these phenomenal women one by one. I think out of the 21 of us, there's only maybe one person who's not on Instagram, but I will get everyone on one by one. Hey, Camille, what's up? Good
Hi.
morning. It's early for you.
It is. It is early for me, but I'm here and I'm
I know.
excited.
I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for joining us on a Saturday morning, you guys. She took up 8
Uh,
o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and she's here with us. So I'm very grateful.
and it's funny because actually I got in late last night from a business trip. So
And you still got up on time. Wow. Okay. I love you. Thank you so much. I am so blessed. Okay. So without giving up too much stuff, right, I just want to talk about the fact that we are both on this summit together. Now, I've known you from way before this whole summit was even an idea. We've gotten to know each other over the last year and some change maybe, and I've had you on here once before as a guest. So people kind of can go back to the YouTube channel and find the original journey. But without giving away too much, I want to talk about what it is that your specialty is. Why did you choose to become bilingual?
why did I choose to come bilingual? Oh
Yes,
wow.
ma'am.
It was forced upon me by just
Oh,
the passion.
hey,
No.
phew.
Well, no, I mean kind of yes and kind of no though to
Okay,
that response. I think the idea of language and me doing language is something that is just innate to my spirit
okay.
because um, I was thinking just before I came on here, I was like, oh, I need to learn how to say some things in Tamil. That would be
I could
cool.
teach you. We could teach you, off screen. We could do that off camera.
But yeah, but it's always, I mean, language has always been that thing that has been that thing that keeps that perks up almost like a meerkat. I hear a different like, what's that? Always a
And
different
each of them has their own musical like lilt to it. So I mean, it's beautiful. I'm excited about the fact that you're even doing this.
But for me, like in terms of why it is I'm doing what I'm doing in terms of my business is because I see as a Black woman the value that I've gotten from it,
Okay.
and I see the importance of making sure that other Black people have it too. So
And for
that's why.
those people that don't know, you've actually done a lot of traveling outside of the United States, and you know firsthand what the culture is and the accents and all that stuff, how they all play a major role in how you present
Yeah.
yourself and can communicate to people.
I think I've been to almost every continent except for, of course, Antarctica because ain't nobody going there.
Well, I
and
don't do cold.
I don't either. And I was not happy in my last business trip was in DC and they got snow before I left. And I was like, I need to.
Oh, that.
But yeah, but also, just the idea of, well, one of the things that I tell my families all the time is, Spanish is not the same everywhere. I've been to
Yeah,
Spain, but I've also been to like 9 Latin American countries, and the
right.
Spanish is different everywhere. I had a lesson that I did with them. I was like, there's 11 ways to say straw in Spanish.
Is the word kind of the same, or is it just like the pronunciation is different? Like, what's
No,
the
the
difference?
word is totally different depending on what country you're in, what the context is. All of this is
I get it.
totally.
So there's
And
a lot
so
of colloquialisms.
a lot of colloquialisms, and being able to understand that actually helps in terms of being able to understand the culture. Like, why are they using this word? This word sounds kind of like this word over here. I wonder
Right.
why they're using it, and being able to understand more about cultures just by looking at their language and their language structure.
Wow,
I
that's
love it.
amazing. Because people should do that. Obviously, like Chinese has so many versions of Chinese. There's Cantonese, there's Mandarin, there's all kinds of stuff. But
Right.
believe it or not, Tamil also have the same thing. So you have Indian Tamil, and then you have Sri Lankan Tamil, which I speak Sri Lankan Tamil. So here in Singapore, if I start speaking, first of all, they're like, hold up, you're light skinned and you speak Tamil. And then the second thing they're like is, all right, well, what did you speak that? You sound funny. You sound that proper Tamil, don't you?
I get that too in my Spanish. They look at, what? You're speaking Spanish? And then it's like, well, where are you from? Wisconsin? Nah, really? Where are you from? Nah,
Wow,
seriously.
Wisconsin. That's not a state I would think would have a huge Spanish population. I mean, no
Right.
offense. I mean, just thinking off the top of my
There is like
Yeah.
when I was in high school, I actually worked with our guidance counselor from my grade level, she was bilingual, and she
Okay.
actually worked with me and worked with my Spanish. She was from Puerto Rico, so
Awesome.
she worked with me and worked with my Spanish. And after a while, she was like, there's a parent coming in. I'm gonna need you to step out. I was like, why? I've never had to step out before. And she's like,
And
yeah, but I'm not Spanish. Now we're breaking confidentiality, so I'm gonna need you to go.
well then, wow.
Thank you for knowing that much
Hey,
Spanish.
cool. Wow. So yes, language, the culture that goes with the language, the many variations of the language, and the
Many
fact that,
variants.
yes, there's a huge population of Spanish-speaking people in the U.S. in general. And as an African American person, yes, you probably should know both. It would be very helpful to you and your kids to be able to communicate no matter where you are, for safety reasons, for just cultural reasons, for all of that. I'm really glad that you're doing this. And your niche is not something most people would, would normally think
Mm-mm.
of as a home-based business. Like, you do it from wherever you are.
Right. And a lot of it is because just as society in general in the US, we marginalize African Americans when it comes to
Yeah.
foreign language. It's like you can get included in the fold if
Yeah.
you have a particular socioeconomic status to be able to afford to be able to go to language schools and this, that, and the other.
Hmm.
But in general, nobody is really checking for Black folks to make sure that they can speak another language. And one of the things that I've learned, especially when it comes to Spanish and then also French and probably Portuguese as well,
Yeah.
is that when you know these languages, you're also learning a little bit more about yourself in the process.
Yeah.
Because you'll find that there are vocabulary words in Spanish that actually speak directly to your experiences in the United States. And we're so awkward when we talk about race in English, right? Everything is like guilt
Yeah.
language.
Everything is
Heavy.
so awkward.
Every single word that we have to talk about race is just
That's just
it's
one loaded
uncomfortable.
conversation.
It's
Yep.
uncomfortable. But you find that in French and in Spanish, there's one word that can explain the whole experience. Like I know for a fact that I'm not mulata, but I
Uh-huh.
have
I've heard
similar
that term.
experiences. I've heard similar experiences of a mulata in Latin America. So when I say, "Hey, I'm not," but my life is kind of like, people who speak Spanish are like, oh, okay, they have this, they have my historic history just run right there in their head because of that one word. And even though I might
Wow.
not necessarily be, but because the coloring is kind of similar, and
Right.
there are certain privileges that I know that I've gotten because of the way that colorism works in the United States. Because of that, if I'm speaking to somebody from Latin America and I say I'm not mulata, but my life was kind of like one, they're like, ah,
Okay.
okay, and they know everything.
Wow. But that's so sad that there's a term for one term for that, like a coverall term. That's terrible. And I mean, I hate to say it, in Singapore, the word is ang mo for foreigner, someone who's not from here, and it's usually describing Europeans actually. So,
But yeah, but being able to understand, like my blackness solidified through Spanish, not through
okay.
English. Like yes,
Okay.
I've had all Afrocentric experiences because of my mom,
Hmm.
but how I understood myself as a Black woman became more salient because of the language I was learning.
Wow. And that, you know what? I like it more so because you're uniting so many cultures and you're
Mm-hmm.
giving like a depth of experience to African American children. And obviously it's the children more so than the adults. I'm sure there are some adults that are looking to learn as well. But the fact that you're starting at the bottom, like with the kids, I think that's so important because it gives them another aspect of the reality they're facing right now so they can really connect with other people. There's so
Right.
many things out here that are trying to separate us by color, separate us by hair type, separate us
Mm-hmm.
by, language, all of that. Like everything is separating everybody else. But there are so many more things that include us than anything else. Like, honestly, when 9/11 happened, so many of us were grouped together suddenly. But until then, we were all
Right.
separate people. So, yeah.
And that's the, and for me, like, is even with like the whole idea of children, I even still hold on to very particular West African traditions, because it's like, okay, the
Okay.
children need to get this, but I'm clear that they need to have someone that is actually kind of guiding them through. So
Yeah.
I teach the parents how to guide the children through language in order to
Awesome.
be able to make sure that connection is still there, because we're about community. That's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
We might be far removed from it, but we as a people have always been about community. In fact, most people of color have this connection
It
to
takes a
community.
village. Yep.
And being able to show like this is the micro version of this community building within your house, and this is how you expand it to include other people, and this is how you expand it some more, but you all know that you are kind of working in the same collective direction when with language as that guide.
Exactly.
My kids are at the door, they're knocking on the door, they see me here.
Oh, well, I'm not going to keep you too long, but for those of you who are just joining us, thank you so much for joining. First of all, if you haven't signed up yet, please, please, please sign up. It is free, you guys. And out of the 21 of us, I'm sure you're going to connect with at least 3, 4, 5 of us so that you can get what you need to pursue your dreams, to set up your business. Whatever you're missing, we got. Between the 21 of us, we got it, okay? So, hi, darling. I see you. Good morning. Isn't it early for Saturday morning? Anyway, we're going to work on Tamil in the background, and we can talk to him as well later. But thank you so much for joining me. Dr. Camille, you guys, teaching us about how to be a little more cultural, a little more aware of the kinds of languages that we should be paying attention to, especially in the U.S., you guys. There's no reason why you shouldn't be learning Spanish. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to speak to all of your neighbors, all the people around you, working, not working, whatever. Just connect. Let's build this community regardless of, where we come from, how we grew up, what language, what culture, whatever. It's all one culture. It's one human experience. So let's connect as much as possible. Please, link in my bio. Please sign up. Come join us. It's in April. You got some time still. But in the meantime, yeah, we got a while. But
mind is going. You got it.
Yeah, we got it. I mean, I'm not going to bombard you every day, but let me put it to you this way. Every other day or so, I'm going to bring another one of these ladies out to talk to you guys. So you get to know their faces. You get to hear a little bit of their story. I'm not going to give away the whole, the whole thing, because then why would you join us? But I do want you to know who you are.
Find out.
I'm excited. I'm excited because we've had to keep hush-hush about this for so long anyway. So for real, you guys, join us. Male, female, I don't care what you are. If you need some help with your entrepreneurial journey, if you are stuck and you kind of want to get out of the rat race, you want some kind of, come see us for inspiration. But the reason I'm bringing everybody to you live is because I want you to do your due diligence. Go check her out. Go check out Bilingual Brown Babies.
Come on.
I'm actually really proud of you because you're eligible for this grant that's coming up, correct?
Yes, the FedEx grant.
Please go, the FedEx grant. Please go support her.
I'm
doing big things, you guys. Anywhere you can, you should be expanding. You should be getting the word out. So, yes, please join me here live. If you didn't find it here live, it'll be on Facebook and on YouTube as well. And we're all 21 of us, you guys. 21 of us from different walks of life, walking in the same direction. Hey.
And then walk forward.
It's amazing. This is such a beautiful thing, and I hope we do more of these in the future. But like I said, Camille, thank you so much. You are dealing with language and culture, and that is an amazing gift that you can give families. And your kids are all the better for it because they're already speaking Spanish, and some of them are speaking Mandarin, you mentioned, right?
And my older two boys speak Mandarin, and then my twins, they're just bilingual in English and Spanish. I say that like, oh, they're only bilingual. I mean, that's a lot.
But you know what? For you to teach the parents to kind of help them along the journey means they will speak with their kids at home as well. Because what I know, I've learned 7 different languages. I lose it if I don't use it, you guys. I don't remember how to speak Japanese. I don't remember how to speak Malay. But it's easy to learn, but I've forgotten. I just don't use it. So.
Right.
I love you, Camille. Thank you so much. I will get you back on here in April, early April, because then we'll give them a sneak peek exactly as to, kind of what we're going to talk about when they come visit you in the summit. Just a little bit. Adios, bebé.
No puedo verte porque mira, no está en cámara.
Y'all take care and catch the replay later. I will talk to y'all. Bye.